Good afternoon. This is Blaine Greenfield, and we're here for a special edition of the Blaine's World show with my guest, Heather Nicole Bronson. And welcome aboard, Heather.
Hello.
Okay, and Heather, also, I don't know if you know, but we're also going to be on Facebook Live, so you can wave to all your friends out there in Facebook Live
there.
world. Okay, great. And we really thank you for coming on board on short notice here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Because I've been wanting to speak to you for a while now, and that I've known you since, what, 1943?
Just about.
Is that it?
45, but
Great.
who's
But
counting?
but Heather is one of the real talented actors in the Asheville area. I met her, I guess, initially way back when you were a student at Marcel University.
Yes.
Okay, and I think I remember too, Heather, your the very first play I saw you there, I think was the Prince. What was it? The Princess.
Once Upon a Mattress.
What?
I did a few shows before that, but my first big one was Once Upon a Mattress.
Yeah, and I think that was the first time I saw you. I was just blown away. I mean, if ever there was a perfect role for you, that was the perfect role.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Heather, you mentioned you did a couple of roles before then. When you were a little girl, you said you grew up in, where is it?
I grew up in Greensboro, North Carolina.
And were you, as a little girl, did you always know you wanted to be a performer?
Yeah, pretty much. I've always really loved attention, and I've always pretty much just demanded it. So ever since I was little, we'd go to family parties, and I would just sing and dance and run around until everyone looked at me.
What was the very first show you were in?
The very first show I was in, I want to say it was the Three Billy Goat Gruff. I was 6 years old, and I played the bridge.
Yeah, and you remember that role?
I do. I remember all of my lines. Truly.
You still do?
Uh-huh.
Now, how many, was that show taped?
I believe that it was. I don't remember who taped it. Someone's parents.
Because I told you off the air, I think that would be one of the great things to do, to get all the performers, you and the directors, everybody else, to have their very first role to play, as
Yeah.
a variety show, to revisit it.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun.
So that was the first show. You were a little 6-year-old. Ballpark, how many shows have you been in since then? Any idea?
I don't know, probably 15, 16, maybe more. I don't know. I don't know that I've counted.
Yeah, it's interesting. Do you have out of all the shows you've been in, do you have a favorite role?
Do I have a favorite role? I was a really big fan of Little Red Riding Hood in Into the Woods. She was a lot of fun for me.
Why was that so?
I don't know. I think she was like the perfect combination of cute and aggressive, and that's not something I'm always able to do in real life. So it was a lot of fun.
One of the things I always get a kick out of watching you, it's you're doing like different kinds of roles, which it's kind of neat. So you were in that show. You were in the most recent one, I guess, was Footloose.
Yeah, Footloose.
And you seemed to have fun with that, did you?
Oh yeah, she was also a real blast. She was quirky. She was a lot like me.
Well, I was going to say that, not that you typecast her or anything, but
Yeah.
do you see yourself as
As
quirky?
a rusty type.
No,
Yeah.
as a quirky individual?
Oh, totally. I'm full of it. Full of cheese and quirk and weird stuff.
Now, one of the things also that kind of amazes me, that in addition to performing, you also keep just a little busy. You're also at Starbucks?
Yeah, I'm a shift supervisor at Starbucks. I work, about 35 to 40 hours a week.
You've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, about 3 years.
Okay.
I started off as a second job and then kind of grew as I went along.
Well, I was also impressed with the fact that I guess recently you were in a competition at Starbucks, and what was that about?
Yeah, so every year they have the Barista Championships. You do a store level first, and you compete within your store, and then from there you do your district level competition. And last year I lost by like 1.5 points or something. So this year I was in it to win it, and I succeeded, which was super exciting for me. And next I'll go to Charlotte to do the area level Barista Championship. I don't think I'll win that one, but that's okay.
Well, what makes the who would have thought there was a competition to be a barista?
yeah.
What makes a winning barista?
There's a lot of different components. On the store level, they ask a lot about just general maintenance, equipment maintenance, and you make a few basic drinks and talk about what you're doing. The second level is a little more intense. You choose a coffee to describe, and you make a pour over of it, and go in depth about why you like it and what you should eat with it. And then you also make several more beverages that are a little more complex, and they judge you on everything from how you did it to how it tastes to did you draw a heart on it or not.
Now, how many beverage? Yeah, I remember too. The last time I was
Last
in your
time,
store,
yeah.
it was so cute. We were getting this drink, no big deal, and you put hearts on them.
Yeah, I sometimes can. I'm not always successful, but I've been getting better.
Are you supposed to?
Oh yeah, if you can,
Yeah.
totally.
Well, now, how many different drinks are there at Starbucks?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And do you know all of them?
Pretty much, for the most part. And if you ever don't know them, we've got cards and other ways of cheating to figure out how to make them.
So I'll have a complaint to you, even though you can't do anything about the complaint. But I used to love going to Starbucks and have that drink. Was it Vivano? Was it?
Oh yeah, the
And then they dropped
smoothies.
it. Yeah.
Those were way before my time.
Oh, were they really?
Yeah.
But why I love them is because I'm not a coffee drinker, so this
Yeah.
was a non-coffee kind of smoothie. I thought it was pretty good, but
Oh, I'm sure we could find something for you.
is it? Well, I guess enough people didn't order them, or that's why they don't order them anymore.
I guess so.
Amazing story, the whole Starbucks thing. I just read the book by, who is it?
Howard Schultz.
Yeah, did you read his book?
No,
Well,
I've been meaning to.
in your spare time. But
Yes.
good book. I mean, amazing guy. Has he ever been to the store?
No, that would be really cool though.
Wouldn't it?
I'd fangirl for sure.
So you're doing the Starbucks thing, but then you got into this whole acting thing. And that, I guess, maybe you have an advantage working at Starbucks in that acting always amazes me that you must have a good memory, do you?
I guess I do. I must. Yeah.
I mean, is it easier for you to pick up lines?
Yeah, I do tend to learn them pretty quickly. I don't really have one method. I've got several different ways I learn them depending on the script or the song, but I do tend to pick it up quickly most of the time.
Because I'm trying to think, have I seen you in anything that's not a musical?
I'm not sure. You might have seen Almost Maine a few years ago at 35 Below. I did that, and The Misanthrope at Magnetic Theater
Okay, I
this
remember
past
seeing
year.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference, musical or non-musical?
I definitely prefer musicals. I love to sing. I do it all day long. But, I like straight plays as well. It's more of a challenge because you can't hide as much behind the song and dance. So I enjoy doing them when I can.
Now, you told me off the air that you had a rough experience most recently, must be for any performer, is that I remember in the most recent show, you lost your voice. Was it the most recent show?
Yeah, I did. I just got really sick suddenly, which doesn't usually happen to me, but I lost my voice. I didn't sing for one performance, and then I altered everything for the next two.
And it was really cool. I was glad I saw you the performance you were singing, but it was really cool. Your castmates jumped in on that or something?
Yeah, I didn't, they just picked up all of my lines and sang them for me.
Were you mouthing the words? Or?
No, because they were clearly on stage,
Oh,
visible
okay.
to us. I didn't mouth them unless it was like a group section. But when they just sang my solo lines, I just stood there and looked cute. That was all I could do.
That's by the way, a pretty good description of you. You get that? At typecast, you're cute.
Well,
Do you
thanks.
get that?
Yeah,
What was the thing? Perky, I guess, or
yeah, perky, quirky,
quirky.
young.
You mean you're older than you actually are, or?
Oh yeah, people think I'm way younger than I am, which is fine.
Well, I have the same problem that was 69, but most people don't think I'm a day older than 68.
Oh.
So
I wouldn't say you're a day older than about 22.
exactly. Well, no, but I look at you and I say, my God, you look pretty good for what is it, woman 34?
Oh, I'm 25.
Well, then you don't look as if 34. My wife always gets upset when I tell people
see.
that.
I get the joke now.
34.
I've been awake for a long time already today.
Okay, but 25 though. Yeah, I bet. Do you still get carded?
Oh, all the time. And I have to really give them my mean face so they believe it's me. Because I
Oh.
don't look like I did when I got my ID 8 years ago.
No, my daughter has the same problem too. She's 37 and she almost gets carded at times or
Yeah.
something. But that's not such a bad problem.
No, I don't mind. It's no big deal.
It's kind of fun. Or even when they call you, they probably don't. They don't believe you.
No, I really do have to stare them down.
So let's talk about one of the things that I'm looking forward to, Heather, coming up this Friday night, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Is I'm so excited. You're going to be in a musical review of sorts, and want to talk a little bit about that? What's that?
Yeah, so there is a group called Letters from Home. They've been touring the United States. Actually, I think they've even been international for about 9 years. Their mission is to revive patriotism. So their show is USO style. They tap dance and sing and do cute little quirky dances. And it's a really, really cool show. I've been following them for about 9 years because the founder, Aaron Dirth, is someone I know from when I was in high school. And so it's really cool now to be a part of it this Friday.
Wait, so you knew her in high school? How so?
Yeah, she was my stage manager when I was in the Community Theater of Greensboro's production of The Wizard of Oz. I guess it was probably 2010. And her company, First in Flight Entertainment, they provide all kinds of entertainment. So after that show was over, she hired me a few times to dress as a princess for birthday parties and community festivals.
I could see you doing that too.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And they were in town in February, and I just kind of ran into them. I didn't know they were here. I ran into them actually down the street from here at Well Played. And so I got to see them perform finally. I hadn't ever made it out to one of their shows. So I finally got to see them, and now I get to guest perform for them on Friday. Which
How cool
super
is that?
Yeah, it's awesome.
And what's really cool about this too is that you'll have rehearsed so long. You have such a long rehearsal process of that. You have what, 1 day rehearsal?
Yeah. But that's okay, because most of my stuff, it's, I can learn on my own, and we'll just put it together at the end.
Now, what are you going to be doing that night? Do you know?
I'll be doing a couple of songs. I'll be singing Swinging on a Star and, oh goodness, what is it? I'll Be Seeing You. Excuse me.
Oh, beautiful. Have you ever done those before?
For when I auditioned for the group a few weeks ago, I did I'll Be Seeing You. And I did Swinging on a Star several years ago at a review I did for SART.
Okay,
We did it as a group number. But
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I remember it. Now, also, you're going to be doing some tap dancing too, right?
Oh, I don't think I'll be doing any
Oh,
tap
no?
dancing. I could if they wanted me to, but we haven't discussed it.
Okay. Well, have you done tap dancing?
I have, yeah.
Okay. And again, for the benefit of our listeners or anybody who want to go to a really good show, especially you can't beat the price because the price is
Free.
free. So people can bring not only themselves, but they can bring 43 of their closest friends
Oh, please do.
and relatives. And I should mention that to get tickets, all you have to do is send an email to, let me see if I remember, WPVMFM at AOL.com. Just put your name down, how many seats you want, and we'll be glad to hold it for you. The show itself starts at what time?
7:30.
Okay, and about how long do you think it'll be?
I'm not sure. I think about an hour, maybe a little more.
Okay. Also, would you say it's family friendly?
Oh, it's definitely family friendly. It is pure and wholesome as can be.
Okay. And also great, thanks to Aaron and Dan Beckman, the other person in it too. Regardless of how you feel about the country, it's a feel-good show. It's a patriotic show.
Yeah.
And it's something that, it's really something if you've never seen it. You know?
Yeah. Well, they really strive to be patriotic without being political, and there's a big difference. And when I saw the show, I really saw that divide. I really appreciated it.
And that's a really good point, Heather, I think, on your part. That was kind of not that I'm not patriotic and I'm not political as well, but I was really impressed in seeing the show that you could like it regardless of how you feel about politics.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a lot of good music. Also, they're not all patriotic songs. There's a lot of pop music in it, too, a lot of stuff going through the 50s, 60s, and 70s. When you saw the show, or I guess mostly 50s, 60s, and 70s,
Mostly, yeah.
when you saw the show, had you known most of the music?
I recognized a lot of it, but I did not know all of it. There were quite a few songs that were new to me.
Which is kind of fun to see
Yeah.
some different stuff you've never seen before.
Oh, totally.
The So again, we should mention too that the theater is going to be in Attic Salt Theater, which is in Nashville. You can look it up. They have a website as well. And again, feel free to stop by that night. If you can reserve tickets in advance, so much the better. But the best thing about this, they'll not only see Dan Beckman and Aaron Dirth, but they'll also get to see Heather Nicole Bronson. And that's pretty exciting stuff.
Wow.
No, it's really...
It's very kind of you.
Well, people haven't seen Heather Nicole Bronson. Any plans down the road as to what you're going to be doing next?
No, I don't have any plans right now. I'm taking it easy for a minute, picking and choosing my time to strike again.
Because it seems to me that which is, again, a compliment to you, that you do pretty well in terms of if you go out for a show or an audition, you seem to get a bunch of shows. You seem to do pretty well in terms of getting chosen.
Sometimes.
Yeah, do you?
Usually, I mean, it depends. Depends on what time of year it is and the show itself and who else auditions. But I do okay.
Because sometimes it's upsetting to me to hear other performers speak. They go so upset when they don't get a slot in a show. But there's a lot of talent in Nashville.
There
You know,
is.
It's a lot of talent. And a lot of people, a lot of good stuff playing out there. And if we can mention on the air, just to give him a shout out, another performer we do know, a guy by the name of Andy Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
You know a little bit about that guy?
Yeah, he's okay.
Okay, he's okay.
He does fine.
Okay, another talented. You won't get to see him on Friday night, but at least he'll be in the audience.
Oh, yeah, he'll be
Is
there.
that right? Another talented guy. Have you two ever performed together?
No, we haven't. We did one very, very small performance at one of the Biltmore hotels,
Oh, that's right. I
but
remember.
we have never done a show together. It just hasn't quite lined up yet.
Would you like to?
I wouldn't mind, but I don't know. Then I'd have to see him every day. And I don't know if I could handle that.
So on an occasional basis, it's cool for people to hang out, but to see everything, don't you admire though performers who perform, together with a spouse or significant
Yeah.
other, and like all the time.
It would certainly be a new adventure. I think it would be actually the best. I'm being facetious.
Well,
but-
again, I'd love to see you because the one thing about the two of you, you take the greatest pictures together.
Oh, thank
it's,
you.
It's almost like they should be greeting cards. But we're of course talking about, by the way, Andy Thompson, and you won't see him perform, but he'll be in the audience on Friday night. I understand. Okay, great. A lot of other good people. And again, to just recap, Heather, if anybody wants to see you next on stage, best bet is come this Friday night. The date is the 19th?
It is the 19th at 7:30.
And that'll be at where?
Attic Salt Theater Company.
Okay, and again, if you choose to come, and we hope you can, just send an email to wpvmfm@aol.com. Put your name down, put how many tickets you want. We'll hold them for you at the door. And again, if you want to bring some of your friends and relatives, the more the merrier. I think we can seat 75 or so. Love to have you.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, I'd like to thank Heather Nicole Bronson for being my guest this special edition of the Blaine's World Show. And hope to see you Friday night. And till then, see ya.
Que tengo miedo, perderte,